finally just the top bits. Right. Whew. Done. Hole is filled. Hey everyone, how you doing? Hope you're doing alright. My name is Jay. And if you're wondering why I'm filling a hole, then you must have missed the Horde episode. Where were you? What were you doing? Why weren't you watching the Horde episode? But I'm assuming most of you were. And, well, I would never have predicted the outcome of that one. So I thought I'd filled in all the holes. This is the culprit. This is the one we missed. This is the one we fell in. And unfortunately met our third death of the series. But it is what it is. You know, it happens. Never said this was going to be a permadeath series. So to be honest, I don't mind. Plus it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed making that video. And we had a bit of a laugh, didn't we, when I died. But anyway, that is out of the way now. We don't need to worry about that anymore. You will notice that it's about 10 to 6 at night the same day after I left you. So I've been doing a lot of work during the day, just grinding and getting stuff prepared. One of the things I've done is I've finally finished the fence all the way around our house, which as you can see is now too high. That will stop any zombies from getting in, or at least give us time to deal with them. It just gives us a bit more of a chance, just in case our house gets overrun, because we don't intend on fighting from here. So as you can see, I've upgraded the blocks around the top as well. So this is fully encased. And what I'm thinking about doing at some point is maybe getting some turrets and putting them along the walls. But that is a job for another day. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting a job from Jen at some point and hopefully going to do something pretty fun there. In here, we've been crafting a lot of stuff. So I'll just go and show you what's been going on in the house. So moved the food from here. We finally decided to put it all in the kitchen. So this is where we have all of our food now. Of course, we have a cooler on the side for beers, because that's exactly what you would use a cooler for. Cabinets all have food and stuff in, and, well, that one doesn't, but we need some food to go in there. Put some coffee in the coffee maker, some more drinks and stuff in here, and generally just making use of the actual kitchen space that we've got. And the stuff that's in the oven, well, that's some of the cool stuff that we've been cooking up along the way. So in terms of food, we're actually doing pretty well, so why don't I take a few more of those. But that's that side. The rest of the house, we haven't really done a great deal as of yet. This is the room that I'm going to be using as sort of my room. There's nothing in the lockers yet, but I figured we could put a change of armour in there. Mine has the ensuite. I don't know if I can get another bath, because this one, well, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't fancy taking a bath in there, but it is what it is. And then there's some more lockers and storage and stuff in here. Also, there is another cupboard that is under the stairs. We've put a little door there. And in this cupboard, we've put a gun safe. Now, these are all the guns that we've amassed from Horde Night. Now, speaking of Horde Night, you may notice that we brought it up. We got a level 6 sniper rifle, which is this beauty right here. But what I didn't notice until I got back was we also got a level 6 Desert Vulture, which means that every gun we use now is level 6. So we have got the absolute best guns that we can get in game, which is awesome. I've put all the surplus stuff in here because these are the kind of ones that I'm going to be putting into the maze project. Now, you may remember from the maze video that we discussed the idea of making it more of a challenge. So the idea was that we will essentially hide sort of weapons and supplies and stuff around the maze, meaning that going into Horde Night you have maybe a melee weapon, and that's about it. And if you want to survive the night, you have to go deeper into the maze and actually sort of dig out some supplies. And obviously there's that idea that you get so deep inside the maze that you start to get lost. And obviously with zombies coming for you, that's going to be quite a challenge. But that is something that we're going to be working on. So maybe a couple of those guns can go in there. Speaking of guns, this is our ammo room. As you know, we've got all of our ammo stashed up in here. So this is what we've got at the moment. So I've managed to craft a bit more 7.62. We've already had loads of 300 stacks of 9mm ammo for a while, so we can stash a bunch of that in there. We haven't really used any Molotovs or pipe bombs or anything yet, so that's something we can look to do. And obviously we've got a bunch more stuff going on. So I believe in here we've got some bullet tips being crafted, which is awesome. In here, I believe, yep, the final sort of... Oh, we've got quite a lot of 7.62s going in there. And in this one, it's making a bunch of gunpowder. So lots on the go. Been quite busy so far today. But I wanted to make sure that we had plenty of stuff ready, because the Day 70 Horde is going to be a special one. Now, I'm not going to tell you much more than that as of yet, because some things are still to be finalised, but it's definitely going to be one to remember. But for now, I'm going to head off to Jen, find ourselves a job for the night, and then we'll go and see if we can get some revenge on some zombies, seeing as how the last lot we fought, unfortunately they despawned before we got a chance to get our revenge. So let's just take it out on their friends, shall we?
I am so glad to see your face. I get
Always a
lonely
pleasure to
sitting
see
by
you
myself all
too,
day.
Jen. Right, let's have a look. What jobs have we got? So, these two here, I'd imagine, the 104 meters, 153, that's probably going to be the food factory, and that's probably going to be the hotel, or block of flats, or whatever it is you want to call them. We've already been through both of those. Now, one of these two further away was another food factory, but I can't remember which one it was. Let's have a quick
If you
check. Does
do
that
this for
say...
me, I will never forget you.
You'll never forget me. Alright, okay. I think this is going to be another apartment building, and unfortunately it's the way it is. You kind of have to go
Thanks,
through these
hon.
jobs. So we'll
I knew
take
you
this
wouldn't
one.
let me down.
At least it's not in our town, and then we'll head off over there just to see what kind of building it is. I'd imagine it's going to be one that is just like that big one that we did there, but it did have some good stuff in there. So who knows? Maybe it's going to be a fun one. But I'll drive over there now. We'll see what it's like, and then while we're there, we may as well have a little look around the town that I'm assuming it's going to be in, and see if there's anything else we can do. This is the thing with the level 5 jobs, unfortunately. After a while, the jobs do get a little bit repetitive, so I don't want to just do the same job every episode, of course, but you do get some good rewards, you get some decent money and obviously decent loot. XP is always a good thing as you're going around the buildings as well, so they're definitely worth doing. I'm just thinking maybe we can start looking to see if there's anything different we can do. So we might start just going through buildings without taking a job and seeing if we can do them melee only, for example, or something like that, you know, just to mix it up a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to ride over there now, so I'll bring you back when we get there. Alright, so we've made it to the building. It's going to be night any minute now, so this place is obviously going to be a lot more dangerous at night. But I'm thinking there's going to be a few different things I'm looking for in terms of loot this time. So you may remember last time we went through a building like this, I was running through with the impact driver, taking apart all the cars. I was looking for electrical parts and so on and so forth, so that I could make some turrets and stuff. But I'm thinking instead of that today, we'll try and be a bit more selective with our inventory, because I've already dropped a few stuff off at the bike, so I'm not going to be having to take apart absolutely everything this time around, which is nice. I definitely want to skin these dogs, which is a sentence you never want to say in real life, by the way, but in games I suppose it's fine. But other than that, I'm only really looking for sort of ammunition and stuff I can sell, I suppose, because one thing I find that I'm spending most of my money on in the game now is either concrete mix or sort of steel and stuff like that, which just saves me having to craft it. So I've reached that point in the game where a lot of the loot that I'm getting I don't really need anymore, I guess, which is a nice position to be in. But again, we have mentioned before that I do want to build some cool stuff at some point. So we'll have to start being a bit more selective, I suppose, with the loot. And then it just means we can fly through the building a little bit quicker, and then we can actually do some other stuff. So let's start by looting these cars, see if there's anything interesting in these. Now there's a hell of a find. A level 6 sledgehammer. Do you know what? Why don't we put that on our hotbar there? See what I mean? We just keep finding level 6 everything at the minute. I'll repair it up to sort of full strength, because I know there's going to be a bunch of people in one of those rooms. I wonder how good it is. I wonder if I can maybe get one or two of them on their own. I can see if I can get some good hits on it. It might give me some practice for the version of the game that I stream. I may have mentioned it in the previous episode. It's hard to keep track of when I'm recording compared to when these go live. So I usually try and record a week in advance if I can. So you may be finding out about this a week or two after it's already started happening. But I play a version of that game where I'm not allowed to use guns. And because I always use guns and stuff like that, it's taken some getting used to. But that took so much stamina. I don't know if it was because we'd already cut the dogs apart. So maybe I'll try again when my stamina's back up. But I didn't expect it to take that much stamina. But it did the job though. It took out both of those guys with a steel sledgehammer. And that's an irradiated and a feral. That's insane. I'm quite happy with how good that was. I didn't expect it to be that good. So yeah, the version that I play over on Twitch is only on day 2 or 3, I think, as of recording this right now. So obviously we're very, very early on. We haven't done any hordes yet. And like I say, we're not playing with any guns, so I can use bow and arrow, I guess, or a crossbow. Bit of a grey area as to whether I can use turrets eventually in the game. That's something I suppose I'll have to discuss with the chat, and to be honest, the way the chat are, I can imagine they'll probably say no, just to make it even more difficult for me, but that's fine. That's the whole point. I just wanted to do something a little different, because I love playing this game, but I want this series to be different from obviously just going ahead and streaming this one. Wow, that does so much damage. Let's have a look. It takes most of my stamina though. That's the issue. So it is a stamina thing, right? Okay. Maybe if I can find myself a different melee weapon to carry around, because that I can't just kill 2 zombies and leave it at that. But yeah, there's also a part of that game where there is a mod called Mischief Maker, where you can pop in and you can essentially make my life more difficult. You can spawn in zombies like the ones you see there. You can teleport me away from where I'm stood. You can teleport me directly into the air and drop me either to my death or at the very least break my legs or something. You can do all sorts of stuff, and that does basically work off using bits. Now, one thing I would like to encourage is if anyone does watch any of my streams, I don't ask anyone to donate. And one of the things that I've made a point of doing is, if you're familiar with Twitch, there is a system called channel points, where you just get them naturally from watching the stream. They're based on your watch time, and once you've got a certain amount of channel points, you can use those to essentially make the streamer react to something. So a lot of people use it to sort of highlight messages or that kind of stuff, or you can do it with certain games. One thing I've added for my channel points is, if people still want to be able to mess with me in game but don't want to donate any money, that's perfectly fine. There is certain options in there which will allow you to do that. So you can still, for example, you can make me drop my weapon, or you can make me drop any healing items or stuff like that. Stuff that people can't spawn in, but you can make me do, and obviously I will do based on that. So it's a fun way for people to interact without having to spend any money. But obviously, you know, if you do want to spend money, I'm not going to stop you. But I don't want to be one of those streamers that like actively pushes that. I just quite enjoy sort of chatting with people, and then whatever they do after that, that's up to them. But just thought I'd let you know if it's something you might be interested in. Twitch.tv/jbalderson. We stream every Sunday night. It's 7 PM UK time. We stream for about 2 hours or so. And yeah, it's always a lot of fun. The community we've got over there are very, very friendly, very welcoming of new people. And yeah, it's a really good laugh. Plus, I don't know if this is a selling point for anyone. It's probably not. It'll probably turn you off. Maybe up until this point you thought it was going to be a good idea. But on that version, there will be a camera on screen of my big dumb face. So if you haven't seen what I look like by now, you'll be able to do that. But anyway, let's focus on this place. We're getting a lot more loot bags, and I believe I mentioned to you in the Horde episode that is some sort of perk that we got. I think it's from one of the books that we read, that once you'd collected them all, there was more chance of zombies dropping bags. I think that's what it was. Look at that, 2 knives and vitamins. What an interesting combination of loot. But yeah, let's keep working through this. We've got supplies to pick up as well, but we're not on the right floor for it yet. And obviously we've got to clear the area. That for me was the toughest part with a building this size previously, because I believe I got all the way to the top and then we'd somehow missed out a floor where we didn't clear the area. So, oh boy, hello. Need to be a bit more careful with that, I suppose. I thought she wasn't down. But I tell you what, those guys there, I think they're called feral whites, and I could be wrong, but I think they are feral whites. They used to be the zombie that I feared the most when I used to play this game, because they were terrifying. But I don't know if it's just that we've managed to get lucky with them, or if they're just not as strong as the others. They don't seem to be that big of a deal anymore. Maybe I've said that now, and I'll have a similar experience as I did in the previous episode where I said, oh, I haven't seen any demolishers, and then all of a sudden, when I went back and watched the video, there was 3 of them, so there was no chance I was surviving that one. So, who knows, now that I've said the feral whites aren't that big of a deal, you watch, in the next 5 minutes I'll get overrun by them or something. It's probably going to happen, isn't it? But I'm going to keep pushing forward. We'll keep taking out the zombies. Here we go, here's a few more. One thing I would like to do as well, and we've never done it yet, is see if we can make ourselves a rocket launcher and start using explosives and stuff, because again, it's something we just haven't used, so I figured why not. Also, while I'm kind of giving you ideas for what I'm going to plan on doing for the future of the series, I did also mention in the Horde episode from yesterday, or 2 days ago, depending on what is time anymore, that I'm planning on building a base that could be used as a perma base, but I think I'm against the idea, on this series at least, of having a perma base. I quite like the challenge of building new ones and trying to come up with something, but I do want to try and see if I can make one that defends itself. So that'll probably be for the Horde on day 77, because like I say, I've got some pretty special plans for the day 70 Horde. But anyway, I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to kill a bunch of zombies, and then I'll bring you back when we get a bit further to the end. Oh boy, okay. Now we're in a bit of trouble. Backed in a corner. Go down. Reload. My health is really, really low, and for some reason I have no health kits on me whatsoever. Because that seems like a smart thing to be doing all the time now, Jay. Hopefully that guy's dropped some. Okay, things were going so... well, not smoothly. They were going as you'd expect from me running through a building. I take a few hits every now and again. But we were doing alright, and then all of a sudden I walked in this room and realised that my health was really, really low, and that, well, I was about to die. So, figured I'd bring you back for that. That felt like it would have been an important moment if you'd have missed it. But I didn't want to keep in too much of this, because essentially this episode is, well, obviously, apart from running this house, it's a bit of an update on what the plans are going forward. So, I didn't want to keep in too much of the same stuff. I'm sure you can probably appreciate that, but I'd imagine a lot of you like watching me go through big buildings and stuff. So we'll kind of mix it up a little bit. I don't want to be just doing the same thing every episode, you know. So maybe the next couple of episodes we'll work on something else. But where am I going now? I'm still not all the way through this building. Ah, this is where all the burned guys are. Hello, dude. They're all around that side. That's fine. How many there? Oh, hello. You scared me. I hate it when they creep up on me like that. These guys are some of the worst for creeping up on you, because more often than not you can't really hear their footsteps. I could just let them walk in the barbed wire, but I want the XP for the kills. Right, out we go. Try not to fall off the building. That would be a terrible, terrible idea. Oh, crap. Where is he? Leave me alone, bird. Ah, there's two here. This could be problems. This could be big problems. Quick, run, 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 run. We are in big trouble. We might be a goner. I'm bleeding out. I've got no bandages. It's a deep laceration. Is this game over? Are you kidding me? I can't do nothing about it. What are the chances? Are you kidding me? Oh, and we're so far away from home. Oh, this is a big problem. This is a big, big problem. Oh, man. First off, we have died now 2 episodes in a row, but that's not my biggest concern right now. My biggest concern is I am so far away from my stuff. I'm going to grab a couple of these just in case I need them. Do we have gas in the gyrocopter? I'm going to have to fly over to... Open the door. I'm going to have to fly over to there, but I need to pick this up first. Let's check. Right. Do we have gas? Do we have gas? Right. Put the thing on your hotbar. Oh, man. Well, this is the first time we've ever died that hasn't been due to a Horde Night. So that's something new, I suppose. I've been saying I wanted to make the things a bit more fresh. Do new stuff all the time. That's definitely something new. But now, I've got to fly back to where my bag was, grab all the stuff, get back to the top of that building. Oh, and of course I'll have failed the job as well. What a terrible turn of events. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Right, I'm going to take this journey all the way back. And now I can't even get the rewards from Jen. Oh, Jen, we've let you down, I'm sorry. Well, we flew all the way back, and I figured this might be a good time to try and do something that we've never actually done before. So I'm going to try my best to land on the roof, but I feel like I've took it too low. Maybe if we can get on this side roof. This, oh, look at all those mines. Oh, that would have been a terrible, terrible spot to land. Right, come on, Jay. Let's bring it down, swing it round. God, this thing's difficult to control. Nope, we missed the roof. We missed the roof. Damn it. Well, it was worth a try. Right. I would have to run all the way back to this building now. Wish me luck. Whew. At least there's no zombies kicking around this area. It didn't take us as long to get back up to the top. And I was a little terrified there as to where my auger was, but it must have just been I had something in the inventory slot. Right, okay. Not very happy that we failed the job, not going to lie. But now we at least have to get revenge on our death. We need to go in here, we need to kill anything that's living. We need to go at the top and get the loot. We need to redeem ourselves. We have now died 2 episodes in a row, which is an absolute first for this series, and hopefully a last, because I never ever want to fail a job again. Right, how do we get to the roof? And more importantly, there he is. These goddamn birds. I hate them so much. He's down. You're down. And you should be down. Right. Okay, I think we're good. Right, time to press on. I never went up there last time, so maybe that's something we should have done. But we can try and do that on this playthrough. Maybe there's something in there that is going to redeem our death. Who knows? I'd be very surprised if that is the case. But anyway, I'm going to push to the top of this roof. And yeah, hopefully I can kill a bunch of these zombies. Start feeling a bit better about the way today's gone. Stay down, will you? Alright, it took a little while, we got beat up again, but we made it to the roof. And what I was thinking all the way up here was, I hope that the loot is actually worth it. We've already failed the job, so hopefully what we get is going to be a decent enough reward. So let's have a quick look through. We've got some cans of food, that can always be used. Medical supplies. Yeah, it looks like we're a little beat up at the minute, so I'll definitely take those. And let's break into these things as well. See what is in the chests. We haven't been getting anything fantastic from raids and stuff lately. But, again, we're at that point in the game now where we've got the majority of the stuff we need. But that's not bad. Level 6 impact driver. We've got a level 5 one, so it's always nice to replace what you've got with something better. Another auger. We seem to get a lot of augers these days. We could have done with a load of those at the start of the series, couldn't we? We get them all the time now. Food and drink, that's fine. And we'll look at the rest of that in a minute. Do I have any lockpicks? I do, I have 12. What's the chances we can get into this thing with these lockpicks? I've not had a lot of luck with them as of late. So who knows, maybe our luck will finally turn around. We've had a bit of a bad day. Maybe now we'll get some good luck. We'll open this up with the first lockpick. Maybe? Come on, you know you want to. Well, who would have thunk it? There you go, first one. What have we got? Level 6 steel knuckles, that's decent. We don't really use a lot of melee, but maybe we could look into that. Ammunition, arrows. It's not the worst, but it's not the best, but it's not too bad. It's pretty decent, actually. I shouldn't complain too much. Right, let me gather all this stuff. Let me head back home. We'll sell a bunch of stuff to Jen. Oh, and then I think we'll just go back to our house and calm down for a little bit.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
I know, Jen, I'm sorry I took the job for you. You know we've had a good relationship so far. I've usually done pretty well with the jobs. I can't really explain what happened, but I couldn't finish it. I'm really sorry. Hopefully we're still cool. I mean, I am kind of the only person around here, so hopefully we're still friends. But I'll let you down, Jen. I've got some stuff to sell you, though, so hopefully that'll make up for it a little bit. But anyway, that is all I've got time for in this episode. Well, I did not expect to die again today. That is something that I never thought was going to happen. And do you know what? Some days, that's just the way the game goes. We are about level 73 or 74 at this point, so the zombies are a lot tougher. And we went in relatively prepared, so I have no real excuses. Just one of those things that happened, but hopefully it won't happen again in the raids. If it happens on Horde Night, then it happens on Horde Night. Who really cares? But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the episode regardless. I've had a lot of fun doing this one. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. We do put episodes out 4 days a week, as you know, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays. Look out for the Day 70 Horde. That is going to be one that is going to be pretty special. I am very much looking forward to getting that one done. But anyway, until then, if you're not liked the video already, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that as well. Share the video around, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.